All right, hitting record, jumping in to game two of the grand finals. Did you grab yourself a snack, Kane? Because I did.
No, I'm just gonna be eating afterwards.
Okay, sounds good.
Yeah,
Don't.
potentially only one more game. I'm like, I can wait.
Okay, that's good. Don't ever let that friend go, Neon. I know, he's one of my best friends. He's one of my best friends, for sure. Funny story, as you know, now I get to banter about random things because we've been talking with chat now. That friend who loves ketchup chips, we've been like best friends since high school. And then he's definitely, if I ever get married and have a wedding, he's definitely going to be one of my groomsmen. So he will never be let go. So
Oh, that reminds me of a conversation I had with my best friend. I was supposed to be his best man, right?
okay,
Actually, no. This tangent takes so long. But
we have time. We have time. We have
have
3
time?
minutes
Alright.
of streamer delay. Anyways, we have time.
All right. So he was engaged, right? No longer engaged, which is like, which sucks or whatever. But like I have this type of relationship with him because I am his best friend, to where, almost only about a week afterwards, I'm already like giving him shit for the entire ordeal, right?
Oh, huh.
And he's having a good time, I'm having a good time, we're just talking and laughing, and suddenly an epiphany comes to mind. I'm like, wait a second, this is a good chance for me to push on my random ideas that no one actually believes in, but I'm gonna do it. So I tell him, listen man, oh wait, oh interesting, they banned the Zac. Not wanting to deal with that again, pick out the Zaya from Team Christmas.
They also banned the Janna, so it's gonna be really interesting. They want to get that engaged potential. But go on with your story of your crazy ideas.
Oh yes, okay. I hate diamond rings, right?
Uh-huh.
I hate the idea of them so much. They're really expensive for no reason, just because I think it's common knowledge at this point that like the De Beers like mining code just like manufactures the scarcity. Rek'Sai's still getting picked out though, very pog. And Rakan for the potential engage, very nice. Yeah, it's a white rock. It's really it's so what is it, unappealing, at least to me. I like a bit of color to my gemstones. Kind of like a well-made steak. It's got to have color.
That's a great form of advice, actually. I like that.
Yeah, exactly. And lastly, like, it doesn't make sense on a cultural level. It's like giving people diamonds was exclusively for the rich, and people after like the 60s, I think, started giving people diamond rings like more often. But yeah, like, and so I was telling him, like, listen man, the reason that like she's not your fiance anymore isn't because that relationship was dysfunctional or like whatever, or oh maybe like her feet were cold when you guys cuddled. Nah, none of that. It's just because you got her a diamond ring. He's like, well, okay, what would you get her? So I go ahead and tell him, like, listen man, you gotta lean into the corniness, you gotta lean into like being lame like me, okay? That's why people love me. You gotta get like your next fiance like a ring of amber or a ring of pearl, but don't do pearl because it's ugly. And he's like, okay, like, why those two? Why those two specifically? I'm like, you listen, man. You get down on one knee. You open up that ring box. Like, what is it? Yeah, is it called a ring box? I don't know. You open up the receptacle for the ring, and you say, baby, on a galactic scale, diamonds are not that rare. We have found, I believe, like we found a planet in like Alpha Centauri or something that just rains diamonds sideways because it's just hardened carbon. It's not that difficult to find on a galactic scale. Whereas amber and pearl cannot be found anywhere else. It can't be found anywhere else but here on Earth, because amber is like fossilized tree resin and pearl is found in clams or whatever. So essentially, from what we know, these materials are unique to here because it requires life to manufacture.
Ooh.
And so you get on your knees and you say, or you get on one knee. I don't know. Maybe if you take after me, then you get on both your knees. You get on your knees, you open your mouth, and you tell them like, you tell them some lame, like some corny shit where you're like, well, like either like you say something like, fuck, what did I say? Like this Ring of Amber, I could have only found you here, or something like that.
Damn.
Yeah, exactly. Major, huge Riz. Big.
Big
Like,
Riz. Big,
yeah, in
the
any
biggest
case,
Riz.
listen, guys, at the very least, if you guys want to like be more practical about it, just don't get a diamond ring, okay? Find you someone who will appreciate the fact that not only did you choose a superior gemstone, not only that, but find you someone who appreciates the fact that you saved a lot of money, because that's what really matters at the end of the day.
There you go. There you go. Great. Thank you for sharing your life perspective on diamonds, Kane. There you go. All right. Champ Select has now been finished. We'll see a few swaps here and there, maybe. But these team comps looking vastly different from what we saw in game one. For both teams, actually.
Oh,
So- yeah.
sorry, yeah.
Yeah, go ahead.
Crazy DNA getting that Ornn. Ornn is well known for massive wombo combos. If chained correctly, his total combo can CC a single individual for 6.5 seconds straight.
Ooh, 6.5. That's kind of a long CC, don't you think? Or
That's kind of big.
that's kind of big, you know? 6.5.
Oh, I'm
Jeez.
excited. Yeah, 6.5. The only character in the game who can do that other than Skarner with Everfrost. And Ornn can just do it on his own as long as he has ult, his full combo. You know, if he lands it on everyone else, it's still 3 seconds, but you know, almost 7 seconds of straight CC. What do you do even?
Exactly.
We'll be seeing if it runs within crazy deoxyribonucleic acid.
Almost as long as Morgana Q heals. Exactly. But, you know, now looking at Team Yizubi's comp, they now have more agency. What do I mean by that compared to their last team's comp? Ari now has to be able to not only disengage but also engage, so a bit more mobility for Nico Ni. Ornn, Crazy DNA, formerly playing the Malphite, now playing the Ornn. Ornn is, in my book, one of the best weak side top laners to have, because even if you aren't playing from ahead, even if you are behind or even, Ornn's Ornhorn and the CC that you said will still be effective regardless, and his W is still percentage damage. So Ornn is still one of the best, doesn't need the most resources, and once they get to late game, the value of the empowered items will pay dividends, but that is a matter if they get there. Each item that he upgrades is about 1,000 gold worth, so we'll see if we get that. And the CC, like I said, the Ari Charm, the Lux Snare, the Ornn, and not to mention the Wukong. The Wukong Whirlwind is a Cyclone, I should say, is going to be one of the things that allows them to get to the back line. So we'll see if that does provide a big chance, knowing that they banned the Janna out. There isn't as big of a disengage factor to play against. I just got out of Dark Binding. What century is it? Oh, no. That's you.
What is the year of your emperor?
And meanwhile, we're seeing a semi-new look out of Team Khristmas. What do I mean semi-new look? They still have the Rek'Sai, they still have the Annie, and now they have the Ashe for that utility. They were originally playing the Ezreal, they were originally playing the Xayah, but now Ashe still with a good amount of damage, but now they have the utility of the Enchanted Crystal Arrow. The Rakan, along with that the Janna, now instead of disengage, they look for the engage, followed by the Gwen, looking for a great split push, usually being the one to win that top lane matchup out in the Ornn matchup. So we'll see. Like I said, Ornn, a more often than not weak side jungler. We'll see if Gwen decides to push that advantage later on. So what do you think? Who do you give the advantage to in this champion select?
For this time, I honestly feel like Team Yizubi has a very good chance. Just knowing how Victor is on that Wukong, he's so sneaky, he's so deceptive. There's a good chance, just maybe, he needs to fool the enemy one time, just once, one mistake, and he's in there. And the entire enemy team the entire of Team Christmas would have to deal with him, while Ornn could just go ham and lay down his ult. Ahri, ults in, charms. There's so much utility there. It's difficult to overlook such a team comp for me.
All right. Let's pause the music right then and there. Let's make sure we have the scoreboard all matched up as well. So one moment.
Looks like once again both teams just going out with an even spread.
30 seconds until
Not attempting anything too risky. No shenanigans this game.
Exactly. Just the line of scrimmage, nothing risky. They did put the ward down for that, and an interesting recall, they do manage to switch to the sweeper, I believe. Yeah, so interesting tactic for Shade, dropping the ward for the potential invade on Raptor's side, but then backing and switching to the Oracle lens for the ward clearing towards the mid game for the ganks. So yes. Where do I see the action playing out in this game? So just similar to last game, Team Yizubi actually has a lot of damage coming out of their bot side. One Lux binding, regardless whether it's Ashe or Rakan, will guarantee so much damage. One binding followed by a Q and Blade Caller by the Xayah will root them up. But a double knockup by Cholkule so early, actually winning out that trade super hard. The level 1 engage, flash forward, Team Yizubi, the captain is gonna fall for first blood. Cholkule punishing them so early. Ignore what I said. Who needs damage when the best CC is death? Amlo has to flash out the safety, and that is the power of that early Rakan and that Ashe buff damage this patch.
I'm curious now to see if this Ashe will be going the Rage Blade or the Triforce build. Very popular this patch. Oh wait, apparently our games are not in sync. I think I might be a little bit ahead. What's your time at?
Okay, hold on. Let me zoom forward. 2:30, and now I'm frozen.
Yeah, I'm 2:30 as well.
Okay, perfect. Wait. I'm zoomed in now.
Maybe we're fine?
Yeah, we're fine now. I forwarded now.
Okay, perfect.
Yeah, sorry, I totally forgot about the desync because we both assumed that we loaded in. Thank goodness we're both loaded in. But now, the bot lane of Team Yizubi, neither of them have flash. This is free reign for Cholkule. And the poke from the Ashe is going to outrange the Xayah, but let's look top lane. This Wukong looking for something potentially, and they going to go? Mojo
forces the ghost.
Forces the ghost. Meanwhile, in the bot lane, Yizubi lands a nice binding, chunks the Rakan down to about half. So now HP bars are roughly even. But yeah, this game, you know, because a lot of the laners have more agency, as I'm going to keep saying this as much as I can. You'd be like, you can impress your friends. What League of Legends? What agency? Right? But hold that thought. They're going to go on to Amlo. The knockup is going to land, but the Blade Caller is huge. One more auto. Amlo kills Nickens, but here comes Cholkule with a sliver HP. Yizubi misses the binding, and no more mana means Shade is going to be able to there and clean that up easily. So another 2 kills in favor of Khristmas. Victor, meanwhile, flashes forward onto Mojo. Mojo doesn't have a flash, but just enough to use the Q dash once more. A sliver of HP, able to fight another day. But yeah, back to agency. Let's get educated, everyone. Now that these laners have the ability to kill their opponents, have that CC, have that damage across the board, this game is no longer reliant on the junglers making plays. Shade will do what Shade does, but here comes, the early cleanse actually doesn't get it, and the flash has to be used in defensive measures, and Nico Ni has to force the back. But like I said, the agency, now that all these players have more agency, it's not reliant on these junglers for the play to be made. They can look for the plays themselves and for teams to make their own decisions on how they want to influence the game early.
Another buffer every 2.5 minutes, but that's A-okay. Gives the teams a good chance to think.
Yeah. And for those who don't know what I mean by agency, being able to influence the game rather than just sit there and farm. Basically. Why be boring and have no agency? Rather than
Be
influence
careful, you're
the
gonna
game.
fed every Nasus player.
No!
Oh, just you wait till 20 minutes or they get 700 stacks and still can't win the game.
Oh no. Not the Nasus player, Susan, no!
Oh, interesting. DNA does not opt to go for the knock-up into his pillar.
Yeah. This top lane matchup is a little bit more even, knowing that Ornn still can trade. Gonna be interesting. The flash forward, Hex Flash going onto AMLO. AMLO doesn't get the Blade Caller, and here comes Victor in the backside. Nice route by Yizubi.
No.
They aren't able to see the Wukong go over the wall, and Nickens gets slain by AMLO, smartly handing over the kill to the AD carry rather than the jungler. 2-1-0, and a shutdown available for on AMLO. So this Xayah pick, and again, being a huge difference maker. A nice bind. Are they able to get the kill there? Meanwhile, in the top lane, Crazy DNA is getting ganked by Shade, and that is going to be a kill in favor of them. But it looks like Yizubi, out of mana in the bot lane, isn't able to pick up that last kill on Cholq.
Very nice, very nice. Honestly, I did not expect that Ornn to pop so easily up top, even with Rek'Sai. Actually, wait, I'm curious. Does her E still do true damage? It does still do true damage at max fury. Okay. The Queen of the Xerxai not willing to let that one go.
Yep. As I eat my Cheerios. This game.
Wait, are Cheerios the snack that you got?
Yeah. So I got regular Cheerios. We were talking about this while you were away. I got regular Cheerios. I don't even have Honey Nut Cheerios because these are like healthier.
Okay.
And I wanted something easy on my stomach to make sure I don't aggravate like my food poisoning in my stomach again.
Oh,
so I went,
okay.
what can I eat that doesn't seem too difficult on my body? So I went, you know what? Let's eat Cheerios. It's both healthy and a safe choice.
Okay. I was about to say, man. I mean, hey, if it's safer for you, but hey. Look, I'm about to send you $5. We gotta get you some better snacks.
No. You're good. You're good.
We're gonna get the flaming hot Takis, you know?
Oh no!
It'll definitely help your food poisoning.
Yo, yeah, I need a fun for that Superman ice cream from the Midwest. Send it to my non-existent PO box. I need that Superman ice cream.
Nice and soggy and potentially moldy by the time it gets to you. Shay just walking past the pink ward finally notices it. All right. Denies a little bit of vision, but Victor is sat there maybe still expecting Shade to be in that bush, but finally decides to relent and moves towards the bot side, walking right into that vision from pink ward, alerting this bot lane to back off slowly. Shade, however, he can
Oh,
smell
a potential solo kill in the top lane. Meanwhile, Victor does get the Cyclone on to the Ashe, so it is going to be a trade of kills on different sides of the map. Killed by Victor onto the Ashe, and the solo kill. Ooh, the binding just misses by Yizubi, trying to get for the final spark to kill. But here, Shade is here to clean up the wave, make sure they try to maximize what they can get off that loss of their AD carry.
Alright, looks like first strike will be going to our blue team this game. Shade wandering back into his jungle and picking up that guaranteed gold from Grump.
Yeah, that's a 9.5 minute Drake. From the way the game state is, Drake does not look like a priority for either team, especially since junglers are trying to find action around the map, but because everyone is able to just have the vision and be able to play around it, the junglers haven't had as much influence as they had in the previous games.
No, this game, it's slow and steady in lanes.
But that's good. Finally, I get a slow game to cast. Actually, I only had one other slow game to cast this entire tournament, which is good. What is astronaut version of Superman ice cream? Someone needs to send me a link in my DMs later of what Superman ice cream is. Why is it so good? I want to know.
Why do we need an astronaut version? I thought Superman could just exist in space.
He can.
What is happening?
Do you have a favorite DC superhero, Kane?
I'm supposed to have a quirky answer for this one. I think... Wait, let me...
All right, looks like Loyally has DM'd me whatever Superman ice cream is. We'll pull it up after the game. But meanwhile, Cholkyu trying to find something roaming in the mid lane. It isn't going to be enough, but Nico Ni caught between a rock and a Gwen. Enchanted Crystal Arrow isn't going to land, but Nico Ni, they send almost 4.5 members. That Crystal Arrow wasn't going to land, but that was basically all 5 members. And that was just interesting that they wanted to get an Ahri who still has ultimate and flash. So interesting use of resources, but because of that, they do, and the support pressure, they are able to get the Herald on the back side of it. Y'all never had freeze-dried ice cream? No? Freeze-dried. Anyways, in the mid lane, the Cyclone from Victor and whoa, trying to get the counter kill, but it is not going to be enough. What a dodge for the on the Eon on the Wukong, but here comes Gwen. Looks like Victor will have to trade their life out. The knock-up, and Shade gets it with the Rek'Sai torpedo. They know that Ahri's still there with the Tremor Sense. Looks to see if they can follow up. Still has the ultimate available. If he lands one more, doesn't look like they will be able to. But meanwhile, Crazy DNA behind in CS finally gets a little bit more time with the wave and the tower. So good little catch-up on gold despite their opponent getting an assist in mid lane.
Will this be enough to close the gap? Gwen's still picking up money from the turret in mid lane, still maintaining a good 800 gold gap. And Nickens caught in the bot lane by Xayah and Lux, taken down under tower. Amlo just barely surviving that turret damage.
Yes, right now. Oh, here comes a 2v2 fight in the mid lane. Shade wants to go onto Victor. Victor is gonna fall. Wasn't expecting the Rek'Sai to come out of the tunnel right there and then. And Nico Ni just couldn't stop the pressure. Shade picking up another kill for himself. 4-0-0 on this Rek'Sai. Now, Shade, we're seeing what Shade can do. Subbing in for YL for the first game of the night. And Shade on this Rek'Sai. Is this one of the newest combos that we'll see in future cross-community League of Legends tournaments? When you see Shade and you see Rek'Sai, do you fear for your life?
He's a strong contender for MVP of this tournament in my books, that's for sure.
Absolutely. Shade making a name for themselves. This Rek'Sai pick paying huge dividends in every single game thus far. But freeze-dried ice cream, I swear, is freeze-dried ice cream not the thing that you
powder. That's just milk powder, isn't it?
Yeah, but isn't that what you can get from like an ice cream man cart?
Wait, freeze-dried ice? What do you mean?
I don't know what they mean. We'll discuss this later. Yeah. You know what? Oh, no, I can't look at Loyalty's link. I'll look at it after. That's unprofessional of me in the middle of a game. I already told like I'd make fun of Kane if he left the solo queue. Oh, and a pause? Support control issues. All right, so now it's no longer unprofessional. It's a pause.
Okay.
It's no longer...
Let's talk about the first question earlier. My favorite DC character?
Yes.
Rorschach.
Ooh, Watchmen. That's very cultured of a pick, actually.
Or V for Vendetta. I like characters that are just dudes, essentially.
That are just dudes?
Yeah, because, dude, like, Rorschach, dude, like, think about what happens, right? Like, he has to, spoiler alert for anyone who hasn't, let's use the movie reference first, because I like the movie Death Scene a lot. He needs to, well, I mean, he also gets obliterated in the comic book, but, like, still, he needs to be obliterated by Dr. Manhattan. No one else like has the gall to like kill him.
Mm,
And
mm.
I like V for Vendetta, or like yeah, just V from V for Vendetta, because oh man, his character is so great in the comic book. I did not like what they did him dirty in the movie.
Ah, I see, I see. Very good choices, very good choices. I feel like those are also more of like mature superheroes, especially with Watchmen and V for Vendetta. When did they become your favorite superheroes?
Uh, it was essentially how do I explain this actually? Uh, it was after I started playing D&D, right?
What
This
a segue. What?
yeah, because everyone okay, they're all good now. Okay, I can explain this later.
Okay, we'll explain it
Uh,
later.
yeah. Wait, tell me about Superman Ice Cream, or like yeah, tell me something about yourself in the little time that we have left.
Okay, Superman ice cream. Reading off the Wikipedia that loyally sent me is a 3-flavored ice cream that usually appears in red, blue, and yellow. Although originated in the Midwestern United States, particularly in Michigan and Wisconsin, it can also be found in various ice cream parlors such as Baskin Robbins or where Hershey's ice cream is sold across the United States. La 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 la. Named superhero.
Okay.
La 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 la.
They're all big pog and toboggan now. Oh, another pause potentially? Oh. It's a buffer for me.
It's a buffer for me. 14-14.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. What is happening? Riot, please.
Riot, please. We're trying to watch. So I swear to God, if that pause is what messed us up. Okay, no, we're good. We're good.
Okay.
Okay.
Oh,
I
for a
don't.
second, I thought I was gonna have to talk about playing D&D.
No, you're good. But Superman ice cream, it looks good. The reason why I do like usually fruity flavored ice creams in general, but also it looks like. Oh, I had to hold my breath there, see if there was an engage coming. But the thing with Superman ice cream, it looks very similar to a flavor I also like from Baskin Robbins, which is what was the flavor of the ice cream?
Neapolitan?
No.
I'm thinking about 3 flavors. Like,
Wild and Reckless. That's a good one.
ooh, wait, let's look at bot lane. Landing the enchanted arrow, Chokil getting 2 knockups, landing his ult on both teams, both enemies, charming the ladies. Victor goes in for the big ult knockup. Ornn casting his ult as well, taking down Shade on Rek'Sai. An unfortunate turn of events.
Oh, nice flash charm by Nico Ni, and I'm stuck on buffering. Okay, here we go in the middle of the fight. It's Mojo tries to go in, still getting damage, but Amlo pumping out the damage with the bladed feathers, and that is going to be a 3-for-1 in favor of Team Yizubi, clawing their way back into this game in 15 minutes in.
Very nice. Evening out the gold, roughly still 1,000 gold behind, but that's a little gap to close with 5 members collecting money from everywhere else on the map.
Exactly. That fight started off pretty promising. Enchanted Crystal Arrow landing on Yizubi and the charm landing. But during that time, there just wasn't follow-up damage. It was just CC. The Shade wasn't in position. And then by the time he wanted to go in, the Feather Storm by Amlo and the Blade Caller was enough to chunk out Cholkul on that one and trade an early kill. With that said, with the lack of CC coming from Team Khristmas, the punishment that Yizubi was able to lay down, both the binding, the Wukong Cyclone, and even just the flash stun from the Ahri was huge. But meanwhile, in the top lane, they decide to collapse on the Victor's Wukong at Gromp. He has no way to get out, and Uwo is gonna pick up that one.
I love that name. Wow.
Wow. Next thing you know, it's like, actually, my name is UOW. I'm just like, well then.
Yeah, that name is the exact noise that I make if I ever see Shade's Rek'Sai in my game.
But yeah, now the gold lead down to below 1,000. One of the closest games I've seen this entire tournament. Shade once again looking for something. Stride breaker and the knockup onto Crazy D&E gets the knockup, and that's going to be enough as Mojo has enough HP, but the ultimate playing a huge role there. Rek'Sai, Shade, ooh, wow!
Oh! Oh!
Oh, wow!
Oh, god damn! He's
Crazy
getting one knockup, he's
Thunderstorm.
getting two! Wukong Cyclone just isn't enough. There's so much damage coming out of both Nico, you expending the Spirit Rush, but still can't get away. Stride Breaker, Quadra kill for Shade on the Rek'Sai.
Whoa! Oh my goodness. That fight started off with Uwo flashing forward onto it. That was a beautiful Feather Storm by AMLO to not only just trade for that, but keep his health alive. But Shade and the rest of Khristmas was there to be able to clean up the rest of the fight. The Cyclone just wasn't enough for that, and now the gold lead has inflated once again to almost over 3,000 in favor of Khristmas.
An impressive comeback after such a disastrous bot lane fight.
Exactly, and after the kill on Crazy DNA's top lane, if you really want to look at it, that was an unofficial Penta by Shade.
Oh, wait, you're right. Oh my god, Shade, stop. Show them some mercy, please.
Oh my goodness, Shade. An absolute monster. 9, 1, and 2 on this Rek'Sai. Also has potential to look for an objective play in the next few minutes. They do have the Eye of the Rift Herald as Dragon is spawning in 45 seconds. But yeah, do they have the CC and the damage to take out Shade, let alone the rest of Team Khristmas? Victor looking interesting. It's a 2-level difference amongst junglers right now, and a 1-level difference amongst the bot laners and top laners. So you can see the disparity in experience where these players are going. You can pretty much tell where the disparity and gold is as well. Shiba Roots, thank you for the clip on Uwo. Here, meanwhile, in the top lane, Victor dashing in. Cyclone 1, Cyclone 2. It's Mojo, has to dash out. Final Spark isn't going to land. And Victor is going to able to get it with the Q auto reset. Meanwhile,
so close.
Exactly. So very close, but it's all right. It's okay. They're going to have a good time tonight. It's Infernal Drake. And, oh, almost gets it stolen. Probably not as close as you think because it's Shade on Rek'Sai. So they are able to pick the Infernal Drake for themselves. Second Drake for them. Meanwhile, top lane turret is going to fall. So a good amount of gold going back into the pockets of. Meanwhile, Shade tries to go for it. Uses the tunnel over the wall and gets exhausted. Has to smite. But Shade just dominating, influencing the map. Buffers the tunnel on the Lux binding and manages to catch that Lux out regardless of that, whether that binding was going to land or not anyways. But yeah, now do they have an answer for Shade's Rek'Sai? 10, 1, and 2. 2.5 items, I believe, on this next back. He'll have 3.5. Lots of gold in his pocket. So, and still willing to take on anybody with zero regard for opponent life. But here comes a potential fight mid. Cholkyul ready to look for a fight with a grand entrance. Enchanted Crystal Arrow is going to land on the Ahri. He doesn't have the ultimate. Cholkyul walking back and forth. I think there might have been a miscommunication on cooldowns. Cholkyul didn't want to pull the trigger yet. I think they saw the Rek'Sai and decided against the fight. So good call for the time being out of Team Khristmas.
Looks like it's just a farm lane for now. It's Mojo picking up the turret in the bot lane. Or, wait, was it already taken? Wait. Nope, no, they just got to okay.
Oh, yep, they are. You're good, you're good. You're absolutely right. I think I wasn't paying attention. I'm going to assume that you were right. So you're fine.
I'm always right. Never fact check me.
Never fact check me.
Yes.
Exactly. All right. So now it is a matter of, if we look at the next fight, there isn't a neutral objective. It's going to be a fight over vision and just be a small skirmish. What's important to note for this next fight, summoner spells. Summoner spells are huge on whether someone can survive or claim an extra kill for themselves. We have all the summoner spells available for Team Khristmas and almost all the summoner spells for Team Yizubi, excluding the flash from both the support and the jungler. But Nico Ni, seeing that its Mojo doesn't have any mana, chases with the Spirit Rush, doesn't land the charm, but the auto attacks, but the auto with the static shift is going to get it.
This is a risky Baron as Team Yizubi starts to approach and forces Team Khristmas to back up, canceling that Baron. No, not even a chance to turn.
Yeah, what an interesting call. They wanted to say because the Ahri doesn't have teleport that they were going to force Baron, but Team Yizubi was already in position, and because of that, they actually lose the mid outer turret for them. So a good chunk of change back to the pockets of Team Yizubi.
Team Amlo just dodging that enchanted crystal arrow with that feather storm, trading alt for alt.
Dude,
Ashe's gonna have it of just a little bit sooner than the Xayah.
Yeah, but Amlo has been absolutely on point with these feather storms, has dodged so much damage and definitely got some return kills because of it. So I have to give Amlo a lot of credit for the reactionary time on these feather storm ultimates. All right, but let's see if they want to do anything. Victor looking for a potential cheese gank to help their mid laner Nico Ni. But it doesn't look like Uwo is standing in position to get themselves in a risky position. So well played in terms of a mental game for that. Dragon is up in 45 seconds. Team Yizubi does have priority. Funny enough, Victor uses a smite on Gromp. They will have the smite back up ready for the dragon fight, but here's the vision game being played. Pro tip for anyone who doesn't play competitive, or especially if you play support like myself, getting vision early before any of neutral objectives or for fights is probably one of the most important things you can do as support. Getting vision down around the 1 minute to 1 minute 15 before the objective spawns is probably one of the more crucial things to do. Knowing where your pressure is on the map. Like I said earlier, information is things you can, one of the most important keys to the game, and where you can make your correct decision making. But here we go. All 5 from both teams are here. Binding onto the Gwen. Has to use the zone to protect herself from anything, but the Ornn on the backside.
Immune. She did take her COVID vaccine as Gwen is tanking everything.
Oh,
Pops
crazy!
Lasagnas, avoids all that damage.
The second cyclone!
What is happening? Team Khristmas seems to be taking Amlo recalls, dodged by the Rek'Sai ult. They clean up Team Yizubi to secure the third, their third Drake rather.
Wow. Interesting decision by DNA in that fight. They actually decide to use the Horn Ram instead of knocking up the fort to delay the fight further. Shoots it at the Gwen on the front line, who was going to use the stopwatch anyways. So interesting decision. That might have been the game changer for that fight, in my opinion, if we look back at it. But just a clean execution as well coming out of Team Khristmas there, to not only just be able to recognize that, but also to able to just cleanly get the rest of the fight in there. And Shade just 2 levels ahead of almost everyone else on the opponent's side, just being able to force that issue once more and not give a care in the world about what kind of positioning he has, as long as he gets the kill at the end.
So well played by Team Khristmas. Jesus. Christmas is coming. It's not even winter yet for me.
Oh man, it just hit summer. It was the summer solstice like a week, like 5 days ago.
Yeah, I thank God. I'm so glad because that means now the days are only get shorter and shorter, which means I'm not gonna be blinded at 4 in the morning.
Damn, you get blinded at 4 in the morning. That's crazy.
Yeah, not too many mountains here to stop the. Oh wait, oh we see Shade pick up Lux, easy peasy, no contest. As they look for another. Shade might have missed the Xayah there.
But yeah, now down their support. What is the call? They have the Baron buff. They want to force the issue on Uwo. They have the stopwatch. Here comes the Ornhorn on the backside. Shut down for the Xayah, but Shade is still up. Kyul has to go in. Doesn't get the grand entrance, and the Wukong's still trying to get away as well. Isn't able to get the blast cone. Shade is legendary off of that. Mojo getting the kill on the Crazy DNA, and the Featherstorm is finally has to be used, but doesn't have the Featherstorm Blade Caller just yet. The final spark is gonna kill Nickens, but with the help of the turret shot, and the mid lane inhibitor is gonna go down. So that is gonna be a trade of kills for both teams. But this Baron buff and the power of Shade and Mojo's champions right now is just nigh unstoppable.
My God, I'm sorry. I'm taking it back once again. It's just registering in my mind that Yizubi is not undefeatable. There is a chance. There is a very good chance. But this game could still go either way. We have so much CC from the Orange, so much damage from the Wukong, from AMLO, who is performing immaculately this game. Can they prevail against Team Khristmas?
Oh man, it's absolutely crazy to think Sheba Ruth doing a reference that I love. Crazy? I was crazy once. They put me in a rubber room with rats. And the rats made me crazy. Crazy? I was crazy. The chance of Crystal Arrow is going to land on AMLO. Has to use the cleanse, but it's not going to be enough. And the stopwatch, once again, this time in Hourglass, saving Mojo's life from the final spark. Anytime that Team Yizubi thinks they got a kill, a stopwatch has prevented them from getting it. And it's just been an absolute blocker from what Yizubi wants to at least trade out.
We'll see no aggression here in the bot side jungle from... I'm surprised the Ahri didn't Spirit Rush and Charm there. But catches the Annie, but it's not enough. She's distracted. Yizubi once again being caught out by Shade. It's a nightmare. Someone stop Shade. Stop this man. He's a menace.
Oh no! It's Shade!
Whoa!
Whoa! Oh my goodness. But at this point, Dragon was up in about 45 seconds. They put the vision down, but they're not even looking for that right now. They want to push their advantage and potentially get this inhibitor turret, knowing that the support is out of commission and both other inhibitors are down as well. So right now, they want to press that final chokehold down and get every inhibitor before they even do the dragon. Mojo goes in, uses the little field to prevent themselves from any damage. Ornhorn is going to get prevented by the Enchanted Crystal Arrow. Final Spark is going to do a good amount of damage. Mojo finally goes down, shut down for him. And meanwhile, here comes Rek'Sai. Shade does have the Guardian Angel, so he's not dead yet either. The Featherstorm has to be used defensively by AMLO. Is Shade finally going to go down? They are. Nico Ni does not have any more charges of the Spirit Rush, but Uwo does have a lot of damage remaining. Nice little shield by Yizubi, but Uwo trying to walk away with their life in double buff. There's the movement speed. They have the movement speed with the Molten Shield.
They're chasing him.
They might be chasing. Oh, Final Spark. Oh, it was a zoning ultimate, but it wasn't going to be enough. AMLO wants to get it. Will they find it on the backside? Oh, no. Uwo gets the... gets the kill.
Oh!
Wow! Flash forward by AMLO. You can't dodge a point and click ability. I'm sorry. But nonetheless, that is some huge gold going back. That was a big shutdown. Shade giving that 1,000 gold over to AMLO. So AMLO's gonna be able to finish up their final item. Mojo teleporting in. And with the super minions still being able to trickle into the base, now it's a ticking time bomb. This is the final Infernal Drake, 3 Infernal Drakes and Infernal Soul. That is a lot of damage. Oh, the final spark almost takes it away.
So close, but just not quite enough. As Baron is going to be coming up very, very soon. In 10 seconds, under 10 seconds. Victor, Shade looking for a pick on Victor. Knocks up the clone. And walks away.
But what is the call for Team Yizubi? Baron is up, but they have their base to defend and they don't have the waves pushed out. Looks like Shade and Uwo are just gonna start it as a 2-man. The Sustain and the Molten Shield have definitely more than enough to 2-man it. But already at half, this is a free Baron for Team Khristmas.
It looks like they're opting to reset, looking for a final buy before a final push. We might see an end to this game, ladies and gentlemen. And with an end to this game, also an end to the series.
Yes, Team Khristmas in a dominant position once more right now with the Soul and the Baron buff. One fight could be all that it takes for them to be crowned champions of the first cross-community League of Legends tournament. But let's not count out Yizubi quite yet. There's still some time and there's still a chance, no matter how little it could be. Here we go. They're trying to clear out the vision, move the team around the base. All of Yizubi's inhibitors now have respawned, so super minions are no longer the issue for the time being. Now it's just a matter of being able to contain the opponent.
Oh, Yizubi gives away the fact that they have a ward there. They've spotted the Rek'Sai, drops the control ward, takes the ward. They are blind.
Victor,
except for that bush.
But yeah, just a bit of wave clear. Mojo already pushing up to inhibitor. Shade and Victor trying to force the issue into the bush. They get the Cyclone, but there isn't follow-up damage. Final Spark is about it. Victor falls with no other real contest. Grand Entrance gonna go on Nico Ni. But meanwhile, Mojo is on the turret, on the Nexus, I should say. Immune. Double kill for them on that's gonna be the game, and the winner of this game and the community League of Legends tournament is going to be Team Khristmas.
Wow.